Welcome to the Deep Dive. We dig into interesting sources to pull out those key insights, those kind of aha moments you might be looking for.
Glad to be here.
So today we've got something really specific and, well, energetic. It's a deep dive into a very enthusiastic personal review of the anime Naruto.
Oh, okay. Naruto. Big one.
Huge. And this review is called Naruto, a super-duper shinobi saga review, written by someone called Deeyean.
Okay, super duper. Love it already.
Right. So our mission today is really to unpack Deeyan's perspective. What made this show hit so hard for them? It's kind of a shortcut, to getting one dedicated fan's view.
Yeah, and that energy is exactly why it's valuable. Dissecting a really personal, passionate take like this on something as big as Naruto.
Well, it can give us some really interesting aha moments about what makes stories stick, character connections, narrative pull.
That why behind the fandom.
Exactly.
So, okay, thinking through Deeyan's lens, how do they introduce this world? What's the starting point for someone reading the review? Well, Deeyan jumps right in with the main character, Naruto Uzumaki. Affectionately calls him Ramen Boy, actually.
Boy, I got it.
And the core idea, they point out, is he's got this giant fox demon inside him.
Okay, that's a pretty central conflict.
And yeah, because of that, people are mean to him. Deeyan really emphasizes that early struggle. You can feel the reviewer connecting with that sense of isolation right away.
So, establishes the underdog feel immediately. But it's not just the struggle, it's what he wants despite that, right? His goal.
Absolutely. Deeyan highlights Naruto's huge ambition. He wants to be Hokage,
Which they explain is.
like the biggest ninja boss. So high stakes, big dream, and then it's straight into ninja school.
Ah, the academy.
Yeah, and Deeyan paints this picture, kids throwing shuriken, those star things, walking on water, and Naruto's catchphrase, Dadabayo, all day.
Captures the energy.
Totally, you really get the feel of the world through their excitement.
Okay, so ninja school means more characters pretty quickly. Who else stood out in Deeyan's descriptions?
Oh yeah, they definitely highlighted the main team. There's Sasuke, and they mentioned his magic eyes, the Sharingan.
Right, the copy ability and all that.
Exactly. And then Sakura, who apparently punches mountains, which is quite a feat.
Sounds impressive.
But interestingly, the Deeyan also notes she was kind of useless in season 1.
Ouch, but.
But right after that, they add, she gets better, though.
Oh.
So appreciating that character arc,
That's important. Any others mentioned early on?
They mention a guy who copies every move, which sounds a lot like their teacher, actually.
Ah, Kakashi-sensei.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the mentors. Deeyan seemed to like them.
Oh, definitely. Kakashi-sensei gets a shout-out. Deeyan knows he reads naughty books, but is so cool with his Sharingan eye. So that contrast, the quirky and the cool.
That tracks.
And then there's Jiraiya, the pervy sage,
Right, classic character.
Deeyan calls him funny and points out he teaches Naruto frog deiyusu, which is a pretty big deal in the show. These descriptions really capture the specific things that charmed Deeyan.
Okay, so we've got the setup, the main players through Deeyan's eyes. Let's unpack what they loved. What really made this a super-duper saga for them?
Well, number one, it seems, is Naruto himself, his spirit. Deeyan writes, Naruto never gives up, even when he fails a zillion times.
Yeah, that's a big theme. That resonates.
Hugely. It's that classic underdog thing, right? You want to see him succeed. And then, of course, the action.
The fights must be a big part of it.
Oh, yeah. Deeyan specifically says, the fights, Rasengan versus Chidori, mind blown out.
Yeah.
Referencing those signature energy attacks.
Right, those big power clashes.
Yeah.
Was it just the fights and Naruto's attitude?
No, it's broader than that. The mentors like Kakashi and Jiraiya clearly made an impact, just the characters themselves.
Okay.
But also the whole vibe. Deeyan mentions the music gets me pumped like I drank 10 ramen broths.
Huh. That's quite the endorsement for the soundtrack.
Isn't it? Shows how immersive it was for them. And finally, the themes. Big capital letters.
Like what specifically?
Friendship, never quitting, rivalries that aren't just about punching. So yeah, a real appreciation for the emotional core and the messages underneath the action.
Okay, so a lot to love.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, even in the most enthusiastic reviews, there are a few sticking points. Did Deeyan have any ninja niggles, as they put it?
Yeah, they did. And they're just as specific. Top of the list seems to be Sasuke's emo phase.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
that part of his arc.
Deeyan's take, dude, just hug it out with Naruto already. You can feel the frustration there.
A common sentiment, I think.
What else?
Pacing issues. Specifically, too many flashbacks.
Oh, the backstory dumps.
Yeah, I get it. He had sad soup too. Now fight. So wanting the action to keep moving, basically.
Understandable. Any specific moments that didn't land well?
Well, one that really stood out was fear. They said, Zabuza scared my popsicle off. Wow, okay. Zabuza, the early villain with the big sword.
That's the one. Though they do admit his sword was epic. So, scared but impressed.
Balanced critique.
And like we mentioned, that initial take on Sakura useless in season 1. But again, immediately followed by, she gets better though.
Right. Acknowledging the growth. It sounds like minor bumps on an otherwise beloved road.
Pretty much. Honest, but didn't ruin the overall experience.
So, despite those niggles, who ended up being Deeyan's absolute MVPs, favorite characters, I'm guessing Naruto is one?
Oh, absolute number one, Naruto. Described as loud, kind of dumb, but has the biggest heart.
Captures his essence pretty well.
Yeah, that mix of flaws and, fundamental goodness. But the second favorite is maybe a little more surprising.
Ooh, who's that?
Rock Lee.
Huh.
Dude kicks without ninjutsu and wears green spandex. Legend.
Ah, Rock Lee, the taijutsu specialist. That's interesting.
It is. Shows an appreciation for, pure effort and uniqueness in a world full of ninja magic. The underdog spirit again, maybe?
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so bringing it all home. All this passion, the loves, the niggles. What's the final verdict from Deeyan? The rating?
It's a big one. So 5 out of 5 scroll stars.
Wow, full marks.
And they call it like a believe it rating, using Naruto's catchphrase.
Perfect. And their final summary?
It's actually quite poetic in its own way. They say Naruto is like a ramen bowl full of action, tears, and goofy faces.
That actually sums it up really well. Action, emotion, humor.
Exactly. It captures that whole dynamic range that clearly hooked them. And the final word for you, the listener. If you love underdogs, ninja magic, and yelling Databayo at your cat, watch it.
Can't get much clearer than that.
Pretty direct recommendation, yeah.
Well, that was a really fun look at Naruto, specifically through Deeyan's super-duper enthusiastic eyes. It just goes to show how much insight you can get from one person's passionate take on why a story works for them.
It really does. It reminds you that these big cultural things are ultimately experienced very personally.
For sure. Sometimes those passionate voices tell you more than anything else.
Yeah, and connecting it to the bigger picture. It's fascinating how those really specific details Deeyan mentioned, like Sasuke's emo phase or Zabuza literally scaring their popsicle off, how those moments shape that deep, almost gut-level connection someone has with a story.
True. Those little things can become huge anchors, good or bad.
Exactly. Which kind of leaves you wondering, doesn't it? Thinking about your own experiences. What unexpected details, maybe things others overlook, positive or negative, have really shaped your connection to a story you love?